Bayern Munich midfielder Ryan Gravenberch said he does not regret the decision to move to the German club from Ajax. I am still confident in the correctness of my choice and I do not regret it at all. Of course, I hoped that I would play more at Bayern. So far, everything is not going as expected. I'm sad, but I'm getting over it. In my entire career, I've never been a backup. I have always been a great talent and started playing for the Ajax first team at an early age. For me, this season is the first in which I am going through hard times and have little playing time. Thanks to this experience, you only get better. I'm still very young and I'm glad I'm experiencing something like this now and not later. I am strong mentally and I am taking the best steps in this situation. I'm trying to transform this experience into something positive. I remain strong. Ajax Showtime quotes Gravenberch as saying. Manchester United and England defender Harry Maguire spoke about playing for the club. It's my job to be ready and train as best as possible. If you ask anyone in the locker room how well I train, they will say that I train persistently and competitively in all exercises. I proved it because every time I was given the opportunity to play for a club or for the England national team this season, I felt that I was in a really good place, that I was performing very well. Last season disappointed everyone. There are a lot of players we could talk about, including me. Not everyone was in good shape, but this season I feel that I am in a good mental and physical condition. Every time I was in the starting lineup, I paid tribute and did everything well, but I also understand that MU have excellent central defenders. We have 4 top central defenders in the world who can play at the highest level, me, Lisandro Martinez, Raphael Varane and Victor Lindelof. It's good that there are 4 of us. We will compete and push each other. The Athletic quotes Maguire. Manchester City will reject Arsenal's offers for the players of the main team, Football Insider reports. Earlier, Manchester City sold defender Alexander Zinchenko and striker Gabriel Jesus to Arsenal. The club is satisfied with the deals carried out, but they want to reconsider the transfer policy after the performances of Mikel Arteta's wards this season. In the summer transfer window, the citizens will reject any offers from the London club. Barcelona coach Xavi hopes that midfielder Sergio Busquets will remain in the team for next season. I want him to stay, but I understand him. If all goes well, he can leave now, with titles and at the right moment. This is a very difficult decision. I left after I issued the treble. I'd like to persuade him to stay. Busquets had a great season and I told him about it. This applies not only to football, but also to what is off the field. He helps young people and beginners, is an example for them. He gives us a lot. And that's why I think he should stay. Xavi quoted Sport as saying, the Spaniard's contract with Barcelona expires in June. It is reported that the midfielder has not yet made a decision about his future. The case of the attack of Real Madrid midfielder Federico Valverde on Villarreal midfielder Alex Baena will be considered next week, as reported by AS, the State Commission for Combating Violence, Racism, Xenophobia and Intolerance in Sports will hold a meeting on April 17, at which it will study the situation. If relevant materials are received from the police, 2 documents will be considered, a medical report describing the damage caused to the midfielder, and a complaint received by law enforcement agencies about the actions of a Real Madrid player. It is noted that a criminal trial is imminent if the application is not withdrawn, and the case may be limited to a fine if the injury is recognized as insignificant, that is, does not require surgery or treatment. As for the adoption of sports disciplinary measures, the Commission can either refer the case to the Royal Spanish Football Federation. It has the right to disqualify Valverde for a period of 2 to 4 matches, or independently determine the punishment. The minimum is a ban on visiting sports facilities for a period of 1 month to 6. Manchester City manager Josep Guardiola refused to talk about Napoli's performance in the Champions League. I don't want to talk about Napoli because Spalletti will grumble at me. He's so sensitive. The more you play in the Champions League, in the quarterfinals, semi-finals, finals with the same players, the easier it is. You feel, I've been here and I know what to do, Guardiola is quoted as saying by the Manchester Evening News. Al Nassr striker Cristiano Ronaldo got into an altercation with an Al Fahry player after the match of the 23rd round of the Saudi Championship, the Daily Mail reports. After the match, the Portuguese forward was annoyed and told the striker Al Fahry, "You don't want to play." Alluding to the tactics of the opposing team in the match, after that, Ronaldo quickly headed to the podium. At the moment, Al Nassr is on the second line of the Saudi Championship standings, having scored 53 points in 23 matches and lagging behind Al Ittihad by 3 points. Leicester announced the appointment of Englishman Dean Smith as head coach on the official website of the team. The contract with the 52-year-old specialist is calculated until the end of the season. His last place of work was Norwich in the 2021-2022 season. Smith's staff will include Craig Shakespeare, who coached Leicester in 2017 and worked as an assistant in this team, and John Terry. The Foxes fired Brendan Rodgers on April 2. The 49-year-old took charge of Leicester in February 2019, under his leadership. The team won the Cup and the Super Cup of England. At the moment, the Foxes occupy the 19th place in the Premier League standings. The team has 25 points in the asset after 30 games. The gap from the 17th line, which allows you to stay in the top division, is 2 points. Barcelona wants to sign a new striker to replace Robert Lewandowski this summer. The main candidates are Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and 18-year-old Vitor Roque, reports Sport.es. Barcelona may turn to the candidacy of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who played at the Catalan club from winter to summer 2022, and now practically does not take the field with Chelsea. It is noted that the transfer of Aubameyang is possible only if he leaves the London club for free. At the same time, the Barca coaching staff really likes young Roque. His acquisition has already been approved by Xavi. However, Barcelona informed the forwards agents that they were not ready to pay about €50 million for the player. In addition, the Catalan club wants to strengthen the Atletico winger Yannick Carrasco in the summer transfer window. It is noted that Barcelona wants to reduce the amount of the player's buyout, which was agreed during the negotiations on the transfer of Memphis Depay. Milan bosses are interested in signing forward Folarin Balogun, who belongs to Arsenal. Calciomercato reports. The Rossoneri are looking for an opportunity to strengthen the attack, and Balogun is among the potential targets. The striker is estimated at more than €30 million. And it will not be easy to acquire him. The 21-year-old footballer plays for Reims on loan and is in the top 4 scorers of League One with 18 goals in the asset.